In my testing, this Rizzler with a stock 60 volt 25 amp hour battery got me a range of 23.25 miles with a whole 13% to spare. But what if you drop a 72 volt battery into the bike? Just by plugging in the 72 volt battery, this here little motor, instead of pushing just 5 kilowatts, it's gonna push 6. So today we're gonna see if 12 more battery volt along with 1 kilowatt more motor power is gonna increase or decrease our overall range. Let's ride. I love bikes. And I also love a freaking beautiful day. Now the bike is going to show 100%. That is actually not accurate. The battery is at 100% right now, but that display isn't correct. So when you add the 72 volt battery to the Rizzler without doing anything else to it, the display will actually need to be reprogrammed, or you can send your controller in for a flash. So right now it's not going to be accurate. So we're going to do our best to not get stranded. Now, of course, I'm going to ride this bike just like I normally would, try and get the most realistic range necessary or possible, meaning wheelies, speed runs, burnouts, whatever the heck. Now, I might be just a little bit more tame as far as how crazy I go today because I recently hurt my back pretty bad, and this is my first day back on the bike. To track this run, we will be using Map My Run, which is just a running app. I've used this for all my range tests. Some context for y'all, I am 5'11", 165, 170 pounds, and I noticed this 6 kilowatts, even though it's only a 1 kilowatt difference, when the bike's only 5 kilowatts, it is a noticeable difference, so you feel a good bit more torque. Now the caveat is if you're pulling more power, you're not going to be quite as efficient. On the RTR Lite with a 72 volt, 25 amp hour, the same battery, I got 24.29 miles. So we'll see if that's the same case here, and I'm going to spin around because I think that's a cop car right there. Listen to that tune.
While you walking aisles, I'm running miles, and I ain't got time to be coasting. So look at my fire.
Ooh, right here is where I ran out of battery on the RTR Lite range test. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I don't feel like pushing this home. Last video we put on these Formula brakes, and my oh my, are they awesome. We stole them off the RTR, and they just open up the potential for so many more combos and tricks on this bike. What's up, man?
Are you Connor?
I'm Connor. I always run into you guys. You know how to ride? You sure? Okay, I'll let you try it. All right, ready? This is your front brake. This is your rear brake. It's instant power. I got you in the lowest mode though. When you want to slow down, you got to let off the throttle. And just let off the throttle when you want to slow down. How's it going? They catch me every time.
Stop. Oh, it's so fun.
It's fun, right? Yeah. I think it might be a little too powerful for you, buddy. Yeah. It's good seeing you guys. For context, I've seen those kids and met those kids a good couple times, so I wouldn't usually let any rando ride my bike, but they're good kids. That's why it's always cool, you know, you gotta stop for the kids. Because that was me at one point, and it's some of you watching now. I would just watch YouTube videos, people riding, because that's all I wanted to do. So anytime I get the opportunity to kind of share that, I absolutely want to do it. The 6 kilowatts definitely makes this thing a little easier to pull up at speed, but what'll make it really easy to pull up at speed is the 6.7 kit that I have at home, so I'm gonna put that on soon. I just wanted to do this test with a 72 volt on the stock powertrain first to see what range you'd get. Then I wanted to add these Formula brakes because we wanna have as much braking power as possible with 13 kilowatts on this little thing. Guys, this will be soon one of my last videos riding out in this area. We're moving back to a city, baby. Not the city, but a city. Yeah, this bike has quickly become my favorite bike to stunt ride. Just because even in its most stock form, perfect for wheelies. It has street tires, it had great brakes, it had a great tune, the seat's super comfortable, whether you're sitting on it, whether you're knee knocking on it. Pegs are nice, the stunt pegs are super nice. You know, you can do sit down circles, you can do stand up circles, you can even death spin on these pegs. I mean, just opens up a world of opportunities. I always say it, if you're coming from bicycles, you're a pedal bike kid, this is the bike to get if it's your first e-bike. And code ConnorG will save you 5% too.
It's been a while.
16 minutes in, 4 miles. Now guys, as I mentioned, I got 23.25 miles range on this Rizzler with the stock battery. But now that was in sub 30 degree weather, so I'm very curious how the 72 volt does when it's 80 degrees out here, because it's super warm out here. Where the heck are we even? I don't even know, man. Woo! Got UPS man behind us. Somebody needs to make a foot brake for this bike, dude. 5 miles covered. I guess let's go this way. Ooh, these trees look sick. That's a pretty sweet crib. Yo, low-key, these seem like the houses that Thuron kids would live in, whose parents, you know, are buying them the brand new 2025 Ultra B. Key is out, and it's not gonna go back in. 7 miles. All right, the trick I was learning is a hand drag into a right turn circle. So we go hand drag, oh, a right turn circle, which right turn circles are not my strong suit. Better at left hand. Woo, what's up, dude? How's it going? I'm gonna initiate the turn, drag the hand. There you go, that is it. All right, nearly to 8 miles. Should we get a little ballsy here? We're going. I guess we're gonna ride up the road here now. Here's our little speed run. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, up the hill. Yeah, 72 volt moves, dude. 9.0 miles down. See the kids smiling in the car. Woo, buddy. Starting to get the swerves on the Rizzler. Definitely a harder bike to swerve. So damn windy out here, bro. Oh, we're starting to get this Rizzler thing, I think. Oh, can we take the turn? Oh, see if we can't do a little knee knock down to side saddle. Holy freaking wind, dude. Y'all fools better like this video and comment, because doing these range tests is tiring and very time consuming, and there's a reason why you see essentially nobody do them. But here I am doing them for you because I care. Because if you're out there with a Rizzler, you're debating if you want a 72 volt, I'm getting you the range, all right? You're welcome. You're welcome. So like the video at least, and sub, for Christ's sake. 14 miles down, 15 miles in, cruising along. 16 miles down. Alright, I'm ready to be done with this video. My back is sore. I think we're 17 miles in or something. Ooh, hand drag. Good enough. Yeah, I wouldn't really say that counts, eh? Come on, take the turn. Yeah, buddy. We're an hour and 6 minutes in. Total distance, 18 miles. Ooh. All right, let's do a few more loops, I guess. I do think we're getting lower on battery because, actually it's not that bad. I can't pull it up as easily at 30 anymore, so we must be getting low. See how far we can. One hand this John. Too much brake. Too much brake, bud. Almost to 19 miles. All right, we're almost there. Let's go. Oh, we're at 20.52 miles. Woo! Dipping the main road is fun. All right, 21 miles down. I'm a little nervous, but we're still gonna bit. You heard? 22 miles down. You know, we're at 23 miles and it doesn't really feel like the bike is gonna die. 24 miles, I can't seem to kill this battery. $25 miles down. I am noticing a little lag here. Over 26 miles at this point. When does it end? All right, we managed to kill 2 GoPro batteries. On to the 3rd now. What did I say we were at? Like 26 miles? I mean, it still has like a lot of power, bro. It doesn't feel like it's gonna die. 72 volts, unkillable in this Rizzy. Hour 37, 27 miles. I might have to call it here in a sec. She's still got good power. Oh, we are destroying that grass. Let's maybe not do that.
Shake, 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 Sinora. Shake your body liner. Shake, 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 Sinora.
28 miles down.
Work, 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 Sinora. Work your body liner. Work, 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 Sinora. Work it all the time.
There we go. 29.29 miles.
Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line. Rock your body on time.
Whew. All right, we just hit 30 miles. I'm done. Oh, no way. And so is the bike. That's crazy. Yep, so I just died and the bike just died. 30.07 miles. Wow, that's crazy. So exactly 30 miles out of this. It's pretty dang impressive. So if you have the stock Rizzler, not the Rizzler Sport, but just the stock Rizzler, 72 volt 25 amp hour honestly is probably a great option. You definitely would want to get your display to read correctly, so you know this doesn't happen, you just run out of battery without knowing where you're at, but adds a ton of power, adds a ton of range, about 7 miles, right? And it just feels really good in the bike, especially because the bike is so small. If you're interested in the bike or the 72 volt battery, you can use code ConnorG to save 5% at checkout. But if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. I'm out of breath, my back hurts, but thank you for watching. We're to do 100K. Please sub. Peace.